Good day. It's JJ MMA. Today, we are going to discuss the UFC 330 press conference that just took place, and Ian Garry's up to the normal antics. You know, Ian Garry, he's just being unlikable every time he opens his mouth. You want it to stop. Your ears feel like they're bleeding. Ian Garry is still being unlikable, man. Nobody likes Ian Garry, and it was evident at this press conference, man. He was getting booed the entire time. Every single one of you is going to change. It's going to be let's go Garry chants. But you're going to see why he's like, I mean, if you don't know anything about what he's done during this, leading up to this fight and, the interviews, we have a video about his interviews up on the channel. If you don't know why Ian Garry's so unlikable, or maybe you must have forgot. You must have forgot because Ian Garry's going to show some of the reasons why he's so unlikable because he does things like this, man. And we're gonna break it down later in the video. We're also gonna talk about McGregor giving him a backhanded compliment. McGregor picked him to win, but I think he hates Ian Garry as well, as we all do. But we're gonna start off right away. To start off the press conference, man, Ian Garry's getting booed right away. Ian Garry's getting booed. There's like a concentrated middle of the press conference in the audience. And, you can like hear when it goes quiet, because there's not that many people there. When it goes quiet, there was like this one guy that kept screaming, "Fuck you, Ian Garry," which is based. And he was just getting booed by everyone else. And that same guy was also saying some other things that we're gonna talk about later in the video. But yeah, I mean, Ian Garry says every single one of you is gonna change. It's gonna be let's go Garry chants. And we'll just play the video right here. You hear the boos, and dude, and he's looking so nervous, bro. He's like, it looks like he's on the verge of tears. He wants to be liked, but it's just not happening for him because he's such an unlikable person, and he does it to himself without even realizing it. And that's how he's been brainwashed. Like we've talked about this before. In the video where I was talking about, his interview that he did on that one UK British podcast, whatever it was. It was like the Performance Pod or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I feel like he's just been so brainwashed by his wife who's cucked him that, he doesn't realize why he's so unliked. He just thinks it's normal for him to, act like he does, saying women should rule the world, this, that. Women are great, but you know what I'm saying? Dude, it's just weird takes, man. Weird takes out of this guy, bro. And even Mackenzie Dern corrected him, during her media day, but, she was very respectful about it. We all love Mackenzie Dern. But yeah, let's just replay some of these boos here. It's a collective boo from the crowd. I didn't see a single person in the crowd there that was like, let's go Ian Garry. Everybody was booing him.
Saturday night, that belt's got around my waist. And every single one of you is going to change. It's going to be, let's go, Garry chants, I love you too.
Let's go, Garry chants, I love you too. And then you see, like, in the crowd, wait, where is it? In the crowd, people are flipping the bird. Where is it at? People are flipping the bird at him. Where the hell is it at? I literally saw it. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, this guy's flipping the bird at him right here. This guy going, boo, boo, the whole crowd. Everybody hates Ian Garry here. Everybody's on the side of Makhachev, bro. And Makhachev's not the most likable guy himself, but actually, dude, recently Makhachev, like, maybe it's just, the contrast to Ian Garry, but he's actually quite the all right guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, his sit-down interviews with DC, Mighty Mouse and Volk, Makhachev's actually an all right guy, especially compared to Ian Garry, who's just completely insufferable. But next up in the press conference, they asked Dern a few questions, and she would respond. She would say a couple things. Actually, down here, conveniently enough, Dern has given her opinion on Ian Garry's opinion on women ruling the world. So maybe we could play that if you guys want. But yeah, for now, we're just going to stick to the press conference. But Ian Garry got pissed at a UFC reporter. He absolutely lashed out on this reporter right here for trying to cause trouble when the reporter was just asking a question, asking if Makhachev was annoyed by Ian Garry, because literally everybody's annoyed by Ian Garry. And Makhachev gives this response: "Brother, I'm not surprised. Nobody like Ian Garry. Myself, brother, myself also." It's hilarious. And let's hear what he says right here.
When I beat him, you'll all shut your fucking mouth and you'll call me great.
Dude, what a lame ass Connor impression. You all shut your fucking mouth and you call me great. Dude, he's like so lame, bro. He's trying to be the McGregor, you know. He's trying to ignite the Dagestan Irish rivalry, but it's not there because, dude, he's just so lame, bro, and nobody likes him. He don't got no moxie behind him. He has no aura because he's ruined it for himself without even realizing it. But let's hear what Makhachev says here.
Clearly you're having fun with the crowd. Why don't these people like you?
I couldn't give a fuck. I couldn't care less.
Are you a little...
He literally does care. His voice is shaking when he says, I couldn't give a fuck. Dude, his voice is literally trembling and shaking. He wants to be liked, but it's just like, bro, you're not gonna be liked, and he doesn't even realize why. Like, he doesn't have that consciousness to realize why because of you know, how much Layla's brainwashed him, and it's absolutely insane. But just listen to this over again. And also, this is another kind of a lame attempt to you know, like, you know, LARP as a Connor protege. You know what I'm saying?
These people like you.
I couldn't give a fuck.
I can tell with that. I couldn't give a fuck. I can tell that he's trying to, you know, ignite his inner, you know, McGregor, you know, do his best McGregor impression there, but he's just so lame that it's not working, bro. He's such a lame ass dude, bro.
Couldn't care less.
Are you a little bit surprised that the fans are so against Ian this Saturday?
No.
This is a question for Makhachev.
No, I don't surprise. I know. No, nobody like Garry. Myself also.
That's so based. Myself also, brother.
Well, a lot of fans sometimes say that Ian is annoying. Do you find Ian Garry annoying?
This is the question that really pissed off Ian Garry. The reporter, let's play it again. Let's play this question again.
Ian is annoying. Do you find Ian Garry annoying?
A lot of the fans think Ian Garry is annoying. Makhachev, do you find Ian Garry annoying? Let's play it.
Yeah, well,
What you're doing now is just trying to cause trouble.
Ian Garry immediately interjects before Islam can even process what, you know, this guy's saying in English.
Don't do it.
I was trying
We're
to.
friends. I thought we were cool. Don't do it.
I was trying to get back and forth.
That's just putting words in his fucking mouth, and you know it.
That's putting words in his mouth. That's not putting words in his mouth. He literally asked him a question. He asked them the question, do you think that Ian Garry is annoying? Like, do you agree with the fans? That's not putting words in his mouth at all. That's asking him an open-ended question. I don't understand how that's putting words in the mouth of Islam Makhachev, because it's not. Ian Garry just doesn't want there to be any sort of, you know, bad sentiment between him and Makhachev for some reason. It's almost, dude, it's almost like he doesn't want anything to mentally benefit Makhachev in this fight, you know what I'm saying? It's weird. Like, he just wants to, you know, be super nice, and he wants to have like this really lighthearted energy behind him, and it's very interesting to me. It's, you know, it's very weird, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's weird, but Ian Garry does do this. Let's kind of play some of this again.
I thought we were cool. Don't do it.
I was trying to get back and forth.
That's just
I thought we were cool. Don't do it.
putting words in his fucking mouth, and you know it. If he finds that, he can be honest and he can say that. But your job as a journalist is to be professional.
I mean, he could have answered the question if you would have let him answer the question. This is what pisses me off about Ian Garry. He's just he's such a weird, you know, two-faced cunt, bro. You know what I'm saying? Fuck Ian Garry on everything.
And stick to the fucking sport. This is the biggest fight of the year. I think there's more important things to talk about.
What a fucking Karen, bro. I hate Ian Garry. Please, Makhachev, slime him out. We are rooting for Makhachev. Never thought I would say that.
Saturday
More booze, more flipping him off with the bird.
night, that belt's got around my waist. And every single one of you is going to change. It's going to be let's go, Garry Chance.
Oh, it's the same thing as the first clip. All right, never mind. We move on to the next. Oh, actually, no, you know. Makhachev says Ian Garry. What did I put this in here for? Makhachev says Ian Garry stopped being Irish once he married. Oh, yeah. I thought Makhachev discussed this in the last clip, but he was saying like, oh no, they cut this out. You know, Makhachev was talking about how, you know, he understands why the fans don't like him, because they're like, bro, you try act like you Irish, but you Brazilian, bro. He was bringing this up in the press conference a lot, and he was discussing this with DC, that he says like, he's not Irish, bro. He training with Brazilian team, finished, bro. When he become married, no more Irish, finished. Bro, I mean, he was bringing that up in the press conference a lot, and that's why I put this here, I guess. But yeah, he didn't actually bring it up in the clip. I was just kind of putting these clips together because I felt like I got the gist of what they said. But, you know, this is, wait, shit, hold on. Oh, it's the same one. It's actually the same one. You know, this is, you know, Ian Garry says, you're trying to cause trouble. You're just trying to cause trouble. I thought we were cool. That's just you putting words in his fucking mouth. He's such a lame ass bitch, bro. I hate Ian Garry. Dude, fucking hell. I can't make this video, man. He just pisses me off so much that my brain shuts down when I'm trying to talk about him. This is the elephant in the room, though, right here. This is something big, bro. This is actually crazy, man. So Makhachev gets asked a question, and you know the question that was asked to him was about Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov, and you know, would he be proud of what Islam Makhachev had done? And that was a question asked to Islam Makhachev, and Ian Garry was trying to interrupt him. So let's play this.
Let's talk about the GOAT, about the old numbers after my career.
Oh yeah, and he was the reporter asked like, oh, what Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov, what do you think? You know, you're the greatest of all time. How do you think Makhachev, addressing Islam Makhachev, how do you think, you know, your GOAT legacy would stack up to that of Khabib or that of John Jones? What do you think Abdulmanap would think if he were still here? And then Islam saying, I'll rewind the video. This is what Islam saying.
Let's talk about the GOAT, about the old numbers after my career, because
He'd be proud.
And I caught it right on the dot, man. This is where Ian Garry is going to interject about a question about Islam Makhachev's dead mentor, his dead coach. You know, his profile picture on like every social media of him hugging him. And he died like 6 years ago. And this guy is asking him a question about Abdulmanap. And Ian Garry is a weird, you know, socially awkward enough fucking dude to interject to this question right here and give his opinions on it, like his opinion is relevant at all to the question. So listen up to this video, guys.
My career, because
He'd be proud of him.
I'm still
Look at what he's done.
Interrupting Makhachev as he's trying to get out the answer to the question, bro. Fuck Ian Garry, man. I hate Ian Garry. Listen.
Proud of him.
I'm still
Look at what he's done.
Still winning, you
He'd
know,
be absolutely.
by all upon.
Sorry, champ. Can I
And
ask
it's
you?
just next target. We will make my job, and after that 20 win streak, let's see what Dana says.
Can I answer that though?
Can I answer that though? Dude, answering a question that was asked to Makhachev about his dead mentor. Dude, you can just see how fed up Makhachev is with this. Dude, fuck Ian Garry, man. You can just see how fed up Makhachev is with Ian Garry, bro. Like, how do some people deal with this? Like, you would think that Ian's wife just looks at him, sees him doing this up on the stage at the press conferences, is like, oh my gosh, like, what have I made him into? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think he was like this, you know, when he was on Cage Warriors and he was on the come up, and this was the pre-Layla times. I don't think he was like this. You know, I've heard that he wasn't like this, at least. What do you think? He trains with Charles Oliveira, and by the way, Ian Garry speaks fluent Portuguese. So, you know, Garry and Oliveira, it's not like Oliveira just doesn't understand English, so he's not communicating with Ian Garry. No, Ian Garry speaks fluent Portuguese. How on earth does Charles Oliveira and that shoot-a-box team, how do they put up with Ian Garry on a daily basis? How? How do they do it? How do people tolerate him? Maybe Oliveira is just that good of a person that he can just tolerate Ian Garry. I don't understand how he can. But just look at what he does. His social interaction abilities are just so off, man. Like, what type of morals do you have to do this when somebody's answering a question like this about their dead mentor, about their dead coach? He's just fucking smooth-brained, bro. Let's listen to this again.
Look at what he's done.
Still winning.
Talking over his question. He's just, I think this got to be a mind game. There's no way he's actually just like this.
By all
Sorry,
opponents.
champ, can I
And it's just
Sorry, champ, can I interject while you're talking about your dead mentor? Sorry, champ. Garry, man. I don't know why it's getting me so mad, but it's just like, so when you hear someone's voice like this, like remember when Khamzat Chimaev just pushed Ian Garry for like no reason? I completely understand why. Like I think Khamzat Chimaev, I think the reason he did that is just because of the tone of voice that Ian Garry was talking in, where he's just like, shut the fuck up, you bitch, and he just pushed him. Dude, I completely understand that. I feel like some people that sound like Ian Garry, don't get me wrong, Ian Garry's a great fighter. He would obviously whoop my ass, but dude, he's just, oh gosh, man, his voice, everything about him is just so annoying and so like off-putting to me that it's just, he's not one of us, dude. He doesn't have normal morals. He's just like, you know, he's like the average, I don't know, man. He's not like an average anything, but he's like someone that you find in a TikTok comment section of like some like far left political post. I don't know how to describe it, man, without possibly getting all my future big life opportunities taken away from me. So, you know what I'm saying?
next target.
We'll keep playing this video.
My job, and after that 20 win streak, let's see what Dana says.
Can I answer that though?
Can I answer that? The question wasn't for you, okay?
He'd be proud of him. Look at what he's done in the sport. He's carried the flag for his country.
Bro,
he won
you
2
every
world
second
titles.
lose your friends.
It's
Please shut up.
impossible
Bro, you lose your friend. Shut up. He just says, shut up. He's telling him, shut up.
for any man not
And he keeps going. He keeps praising Makhachev and being weirdly and awkwardly nice to him. And Makhachev's going to tell him to shut up again, I'm pretty sure.
to be proud of what this man has done.
Shut up.
Please shut up. That's the realest thing he's ever said. And Ian Garry just doesn't stop talking. Doesn't stop talking.
He's the best fighter on the planet.
He's still talking.
We got one more. Go ahead. What do you got?
All right, this is. Let's.
Fucking hell, man. Ian Garry. Yeah, I mean, the height difference, they faced off. Height difference is evident. You know, they faced off right in front of the Rocky statue in Philly. And, you know, Makhachev was looking like he was about up here, like up to Ian Garry's like eyebrows. Like he was nearly eye level with Ian Garry, but now he really has to look up to look at Ian Garry. I think Makhachev's about 5'11", and Ian Garry is probably about 6'2.5" or 6'3", because the height difference is quite evident now. You know, you can see with this angle. There's height mogging here from Ian Garry. And then, you know, backstage, Makhachev says Ian Garry's losing fans by the second, like he has any fans to begin with, really. His son isn't even a fan of Ian Garry. His son is rooting for Islam Makhachev in this fight, and I think that's absolutely hilarious, you know? And his own son calls him Ian. Dude, there's a picture of his son, there's a video of his son in a stroller, and he's like pointing at the poster, and he's like, oh, that's Ian. And then who's that? And then he's like, Islam Makhachev. And he's like, oh, that's Ian. It's his dad, and he's calling him Ian. Like, dog.
Там плохо было слышно, что он говорит, я не понимал, но я думаю, с каждой секунды у него фанатов...
Wait, what did he say?
Там плохо было слышно,
It was hard to hear what he was saying.
что он говорит, я не понимал, но я думаю, с каждой секунды у него фанатов становится все меньше и меньше.
True. And then you got you got Conor McGregor here. He picks Ian Garry to beat Islam Makhachev. He thinks he's gonna head kick KO him. He says he's gonna right hoy kick across the crown of the head, yeah. And a victory for the Irish Brazilian. The Irish Brazilian is actually quite funny, but listen to what he says here.
What's up, folks? The Mac here to give you my prediction for the Makhachev-Garry fight. Let's go, Garry. You know it. Yeah.
Dude, that sigh, that collective sigh before he says, let's go, Garry. Let's go, Garry, you know, is just like, he doesn't want to root for Ian Garry, but he has to because that's his fellow countryman, you know what I'm saying?
Has the tools. He's been doing great work in SBG. He's long. He's definitely going to stay safe. He's definitely going to be in there. Makhachev has pockets where he where there's a lot of stalling. He still has things to prove in that welterweight division. He does look like he's at the ground up into it a bit more. It's a cracking contest. Of course I'm going with Ian Garry. And I really believe he can do it. For sure he can do it. How do I see it? Right high kick across the crown of the head. And a victory for the Irish Brazilian.
The Irish Brazilian is where it's funny where it comes in, because Ian Garry Larps is a Brazilian. You know, he's training in Brazil. It's all, dude, I feel like when he speaks English, it's like gotta be so intolerable that, like, you know, maybe moving to Brazil or, you know, training in Brazil, going to a gym in Brazil, you know, makes it more tolerable to the Brazilian people who don't understand, you know, what he says in English. But at the same time, it's a weird contradiction because he does also speak Portuguese. So do we think he's saying the same stuff in Portuguese? Let me know in the comments. But yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting dynamic here with Ian Garry Larpin as a Brazilian, and, you know, the Machado name. At one point in the press conference at UFC 329, McGregor said, like, "Oh, I'll fight the Machado kid. I'll fight the Machado kid, yeah."
Let's go, Ian. Rooting for you, bro. Great scrap, yeah. What round? Late round. This goes late, folks. This goes late, this fight. Great fight. Looking very much forward to it. And there you go, folks. Enjoy. The Mac Daddy in recovery. Undeterred. Let's go. Come on.
And there he is. There he is with the straight leg brace on. I heard he started drinking again because of Brad Pitt breaking his sobriety. Hopefully we don't get him down that path again. But yeah, I mean, the Irish Brazilian's going to get it done. And he says, this one's going to go late, folks. And I agree, it will go late, but I think there's going to be a finish. I think round 4, Makhachev submits, and that's my prediction. I already put it in my picks video, but, you know, go check that video out on the channel. Yeah, man, Ian Garry's up to the typical antics. I wish I had a video tied in here. Oh, yeah, what else do we have in the press conference? You had Dern. Yeah, you had Dern and Robertson. They didn't really say much, you know. They were kind of going back and forth saying, ooh, her jiu-jitsu. Oh, no, I'm going to beat her in the jiu-jitsu. No, but and Dern was like, I'm a proven striker, you know. I can do the striker. I can do the jiu-jitsu. They were just kind of saying, like, you know, what facets of mixed martial arts they can do to each other. It was like a very surface level conversation. It was like 2 third grade amateur MMA fighters, you know, who are like fighting like a Taekwondo style fight. You know, like one good shot like gets the fight finished because they don't want brain damage or anything. That's how they're kind of like shit talking each other. It's just like, you know, oh, I have better jiu-jitsu. No, I have better jiu-jitsu. I have better wrestling. Oh, I'm actually better than the striking. You know, it was like that. But then at one point, you know, some reporter asked Mackenzie Dern, they were like, oh, what do we expect from you in this fight? You know, typical MMA reporter question, you know, zero thought behind it, really, just like, oh, what can we expect from you in this fight? And then some Chad in the crowd shouted, oh, I wonder what we're going to see. Which, I don't know, I thought it was pretty funny. But yeah, and that same guy was yelling, fuck you, Ian Garry. And then eventually in the crowd, they started a cuck chant. They were chanting that Ian Garry's a cuck, obviously. They were going, cuck, 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 cuck in the crowd. I swear I heard it. Maybe my ears were deceiving me, but I swear I heard a cuck chant in the crowd, which is based. But yeah, Ian Garry is hated on another day. This is crazy to me. I feel like this is crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ian just interrupting Makhachev talking about his dead mentor is absolutely crazy to me. It shows that this guy is either really off or just playing some sort of game to get in Makhachev's head. But I mean, I don't think it would be really working. I think Makhachev's just like, brother, this guy fucking crazy. You know, like he's kind of just like putting it off. I feel like I don't think it's going to work, but if it is a mind game, but I don't think it's a mind game because Ian Garry plays this character year round. So it can't just be a character. I think he's just literally like that. And I've never, dude, he needs to be checked out. He's not right in the head. Yeah, man. Brother, I'm not surprised nobody like Ian Garry, myself also. I think that's pretty funny. Yeah. Nobody likes Ian Garry. What's new, man? Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Follow my socials at the JJMMA. I'll see you guys later. And until next time, goodbye.